Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Majian, and these are some of the top stories we have for you tonight. A major metal raid on St. Croix. We've got the exclusive pictures, a message from the Women's Coalition, and hundreds of your beautiful children on camera for Fire Prevention Month. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, early this morning, the Virgin Islands Police Department, along with several other law enforcement agencies, made raids on at least 5 businesses, and it's all about the theft of precious metals. News Channel 8's Wes Small brings us another exclusive story with footage you'll only see on Channel 8.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We are in Estate Castle Coakley. Here's what's going on. About 20 minutes before noon, it's a joint operation between Department of Licensing and Consumer Affairs, Waste Management, the Fire Department. They are all here. We're like next to Colorama, Benjamin Moore Paints. And here's what's going on. So far, they've got 5 or 6 violations. You're going to look at some footage now from them writing the tickets out. And I've been told so far it's for environmental concerns. You could best believe that this is because of stolen metal that we are starting to come to these places. Yes, environmental hazards, sure, but they're looking at the reselling, melting down of metals, be it aluminum, copper, silver, gold. We all know that's exactly why they're here. So far, 5 or 6 citations have already been issued. I can officially tell you that. Now we're going to go to Police Chief Hal with more on this ongoing operation.
We did undertake an operation today, not just in Estate Castle Coakley, but all scrap metal recyclers here on the island of St. Croix. There were 5 in total. And we teamed up with Waste Management Authority, Licensing and Consumer Affairs, Fire, and of course the Virgin Islands Police Department was out in large numbers. And we hit all locations today, 5 locations, looking specifically for stolen property, but also violations of the agencies that I've already mentioned. As a result, all 5 locations were shut down. There was numerous violations of the VI code in each one of these locations, and as a result, we have shut all businesses down until further notice. We also made a seizure in one location of property that we believe is stolen, and there was one arrest of an individual who was illegally inside the country and also working illegally inside the United States, and he was arrested and turned over to immigration and customs authorities. Each one of the businesses were issued a number of fines, permit violations, licensing violations, and as a result, those businesses are not going to be able to function until those issues are resolved. And it is probable that some of the issues will not be able to be resolved, and as a result, these businesses will likely never reopen. The businesses that were affected today was Francis Metal, and it was located in 2 different locations, one in Western Suburb and the other one in Mars Hill. Also, a business on Queen Street in Christiansted that had no name, no business license, no permits whatsoever. There was Fernando Scrap Metal located in Estate Castle Coakley, and also Heritage Recycling LLC located in Estate Wim. Those were the 5 businesses that were affected, and all of which were shut down as a result of today's operation. This is the first part of this operation, and if these businesses continue to operate illegally, there will be arrest. Right now they've been fined. If they continue to try to operate illegally, there will be arrests.
From Castle Coakley, who knows where I'm going to go next on this operation? I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And in other news tonight, over 250 Danish visitors are in our territory. Let's take a look.
For the last 15 months, we have worked with Bravo Tours on making this day happen for St. Croix. And I can tell you that we are so very pleased to welcome you to the Big Island, the island of St. Croix. There are 257 people on our flight today, of which 87 will be going to St. Thomas. So our friends over in St. Thomas will get a little piece of the action as well.
Today represents a tremendous partnership, a partnership that really could not happen if it wasn't for Peter and his vision on the Virgin Islands, for Karen and all that she's done for us throughout the years, for David Mapp and the Port Authority, but especially to the team at the Department of Tourism for recognizing how important it is that we diversify St. Croix's economy, but diversify by reaching back and reaching forward to a country that has had such a tremendous relationship with us, both in our past, but more importantly in our future.
Well, it's Fire Prevention Month, and the Randall Doc James Racetrack was the place where your children were treated to fire safety information and a whole lot of fun as well. It could be hard, but try to find Wes in all of this fun and excitement.
It is Fire Prevention Month, Fire Safety Month. Acting Chief Angel Torres, he'll tell us all about it. Chief, I am overwhelmed. Last year was Canagata, and last night, I'm so sorry I couldn't have Jerome mention to the folks, don't call 911.
Exactly.
But you know what? It's good that that happens every once in a while.
You wake up the people, the community, get a feel of what's going on and alertness, and get prepared for an event that some do happen. So what we did last night was a motorcade, which started in Richmond Fire Station and went through the Christiansted town, down into the Frederiksted town and back up. And what we did is showcase all our apparatus and in commemoration of Fire Prevention Week, and letting the community know that we are here to protect life and property, and we're here any time's called for the calling. So we're here to protect.
Well, we got to talk about a few things.
Yes.
We have fire prevention safety. We got about, how many kids you have here? About 2,000?
No, this year a little less because of the financial status this year, so we try to scale it back some, But we got about 600 kids right now here presently with us, and from all the schools, both private and public, and they're all having a great time. As you can see, Wes, this is a highlight of our Fire Prevention Week, educating the kids, bringing them out and giving them our pamphlets and educating them on fire safety and how to prepare and how to have a plan when they're home with the parents, so they could go back and educate their parents as well. I want to thank the community, and this is a continuous effort from the fire service. We continue this all year round. You will see us to the schools and call us and we'll be there.
Good. All right, now with that, what do you have planned for the rest of Fire Prevention Month?
Okay, this is coming on to the last 2 days. After the Jamboree, this afternoon we have tomorrow the open house, all the fire stations. That's where all the schools come out, and we display again our guys, skills and units and equipment. And on Saturday is the last event of the week for fire prevention, and that's where we have the fire competition and squad and fun day, family fun day.
He doesn't know I'm going to do this, but I want to say congratulations to your son as he's in college, making his way to Major League Baseball, but I know school is first. What's his name?
Joshua Torres.
Yeah, I got to big him up.
Big up.
All right, him and Daddy.
Representing the VI.
And it's also my son's birthday today, too. Jamie Small, and he's in Raleigh, and I know he's watching me on YouTube.
Right.
Happy birthday, Jamie.
Happy birthday, Jamie.
Yeah, baby. From Doc J's Racetrack, News Channel 8. Yeah, baby.
And before we go to a break, we have an important lottery announcement for you from Executive Director Conrad E. Francois II, who reminds everyone that the drawing for today, October 13th, has been rescheduled for October 27th, and this is due to a technical difficulty involving the processing of tickets. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused, states Francois II. When we come back from this break, we've got your Caribbean Report, plus more. Stay with us. Let's take a look at your Caribbean Report for tonight. In your Caribbean report tonight, we start in Jamaica, where Jamaica's Prime Minister Bruce Golding on Tuesday launched the largest donor fund regional private sector development program in the Caribbean. Alan Duncan, Minister of the State of the United Kingdom's Department for International Development, joined the Prime Minister in addressing the event. The $40 million Compete Caribbean program is a 5-year joint initiative involving several different development companies throughout the world. It was developed in consultation with the government's regional institution and private sector bodies as a response to the need for greater coordination among development agencies. Duncan, who is on a 3-day visit to the region, noted that the growth was poor in the Caribbean even before the global downturn. Tinkering at the edge of the problem won't work. The Caribbean must find new markets to increase exports and create jobs. And staying with investment news brings us to St. Kitts and Nevis, where Deputy Prime Minister of Nevis, Hensley Daniel, described an amendment to the Nevis Investment Promotion Agency ordinance that now allows for the appointment of a chairman of the board and an executive director of the agency as a signal that Nevis's island administration was not monopolizing power and authority, but instead was willing to give persons in the community a chance to bring their ideas to the forefront. He cited that the new agency was good for Nevis and explained that prior to the amendment, the chairman had to come from the cabinet, a relationship which he deemed incestuous. And finally, to the political elections in St. Lucia, where the leader of the National Development Movement says that his party will run a people's campaign, since it does not have the type of money to run the type of campaign that both the United Workers' Party and the St. Lucia Labour Party are presently running. Although he did not know it, Osbert Dove's remarks touched on campaign financing, something no other party has yet to discuss. And that's your Caribbean report for tonight. And October is Domestic Violence Month. News Channel 8's Wes Small has this important story.
Thank you very much, Jerome. October, what a busy month. Good thing it has 31 days. As I'm here with Miss Shalene Gumbs of the Women's Coalition. We all know that they're trying to get back to normal with their problems there since the fire. And Tricia said, we know it's a temporary issue, but at least you're getting there. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's also Fire Prevention Month. But we are here today to address the everlasting problem of domestic violence. We just lost a 25-year-old man who was burned up. It very rarely happens where a female is the suspect or what have you, but nevertheless, Clemma called me and said, well, we'd like to get this out. See, Jerome has his purple ribbon on, and I have mine on, and I'll wear it like I did last year throughout the month of October. Shalene, it's a pleasure to talk to you, everyone, tonight. Please tell us, first give us an update on your situation at the Women's Coalition since the fire, and then what can we expect for the rest of this month?
We've been doing pretty well. It's been a little bit difficult because it's transition, and it's a crisis that we had at the crisis center. But we're working it through, one at a time, one day at a time, every step at a time. But this is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and on the 20th, which is next week Thursday, we're having the Take Back the Night March that we usually have every year. Yeah. This year, we haven't chose any victim in particular, because we have had so many, and in order to honor all of them, we've chosen this year to honor all the victims that we've lost due to domestic violence while we've been here. And so the march is going to be for everyone. So for those whose cases have not been closed, who've not been dealt with or anything like that, that we can't really use their names because their cases are not closed, everybody is going to be honored this year.
Okay, well, that is wonderful. And I know y'all are busy and y'all are working with, we wanted to reach out to Flo, the mother of James Gaston. I remember Clemma said, Wes, first thing I was hit with, let's see what the Women's Coalition is going to say about this. And I want to tell you, they have not put their head in the sand. They are reaching out to you tonight, Flo. I know you watch me every night, and you have my heart. That is for sure. And that anything you need, you could contact the Women's Coalition for counseling. That's for certain. This lady is the head counselor there. How can people, like Flo, yourself, and anyone else out there that needs some counseling, some help, how can they contact you?
Well, the number's still the same, 773-9272. It's still active. It's still working, and we're still there. And yes, to the mother of James Gaston, we do send out our condolences. Yes. And know that we are willing and able to provide any services that would serve any other person who has been a victim and has lost. when we have our march on the 20th, if you can come out, it's at 6 p.m. It's in Christiansted. We're walking from the Sunday market down to the fort. Last year we had 200 plus people that came out and were there, and we'd like to have more people.
Candles and ribbons.
Candles and ribbons.
Yes.
Wear purple. Bring a candle. We'll have some candles, and please wear a purple ribbon. Also, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and understanding that domestic violence affects the healing of breast cancer patients.
Yes.
And so we would like to make sure that our stress level is down, and we need to stay safe in our community.
All right. Domestic violence, zero tolerance. From DVSAC, I know I've said a lot, off the soapbox, and heads up to our sisters and our brothers in our territory. Zero tolerance for domestic violence. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And yes, October is Domestic Violence Month, and that's why I am wearing also a purple ribbon for tonight. And a pastor is in our area with a very important message for you. Here's Wes with more.
Thank you very much, Jerome. I'm here what seems like to be an old friend because he's a Jerseyite. We'll get into that, but the focus. First of all, we're at Veggie Creation, the leading veggie restaurant in the Eastern Caribbean, and we're honored that these sisters invited us here for this event. Dr. Ray Hagins, it's a pleasure. You are broadcasting all over the place. You're going to get into that right now, but it's about tomorrow, the 15th and the 16th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, at the Education Complex from 6:30 to 9 o'clock. The balancing of the land lies in Mott, truth, justice, and righteousness, and the revival of ancient biblical truth, the untold story. This free, enlightening event, it's a 3-night free event that you don't want to miss. Please, it's a pleasure to welcome you here. And what are you going to be discussing in these 72 hours here? And welcome.
Well, thank you, my brother. It's good to be here with you, the brothers and sisters here in St. Croix. I'm excited about being here because, as you said, I believe that the creatress, is at work in bringing this to pass. My assignment, the reason why I came out of my mother's womb, is to return our people to an awareness of ourselves. We've been deracinated, we've been cut off from the truth of our story. We've been given another's story, and we have digested it, and it's antithetical to our existence. So my job, man, is to try to reclaim our identity, as our theme is the revival of ancient biblical truth, the untold story. I will be over the next 3 nights addressing issues such as helping our brothers and sisters, for example, understand and meet each other's needs better. We, the brothers, we have a disease called ego, you know, and as a result of misinformed, misdirected ego, it's causing us to not operate in our full capacity like God wired us to as men. So I want to address that. Also, I want to address the effects of religion, what religion has done to us as a people in dividing us and keeping us separate. We want to focus more on right spirituality. That's what Ma'at really is, truth, justice, and righteous, doing Ma'at and live. Of course, Ma'at is an ancient Kemite term from the Nile Valley. Of course, when we were raised, when we were growing up, our parents called it holiness. See what I'm saying? Things like that. They didn't understand Ma'at, so our parents taught us the right thing. It's just that we have been operating under the wrong ethnicity as our theme. So we need to understand that God consciousness came from us. Spirituality came from us. We, our ancestors, gave this to the world. And I'll be dealing with that on this week. And that's pretty much it, man. My website, I am the President and CEO of Black Liberation Radio. I broadcast 24/7. People can log on to WBLR.com and listen to my lectures live all day long, all week long. Again, that's WBLR.com, Black Liberation Radio.
I'm Wes Small at Veggie Creation for News Channel 8.
And we want to thank that pastor for that message tonight. And when we come back from this break, we've got your weather report plus more. Stay with us on Channel 8. And once again, we've got a message for you from Elena Christian Junior High School. They're looking for your donations, and here's band director, Miss Bryson.
Good day, everyone. I'm Valrika Bryson, and I'm the band director at the Elena L. Christian Junior High School here in La Grande Princess St. Croix. Today I'm coming to you to first say thank you to Turn Up St. Croix for supporting our steel pan program and providing us with the funding to purchase the materials needed to paint our steel pans. Now, I'm here to ask the community at large, and I'm seeking a sponsor to purchase much needed steel pan stands. The last time I came to you, I didn't want to throw everything out there. So today I'm asking the community at large, if we can have someone come on out and sponsor purchasing steel pan stands. Here today with me is my steel pan class. We have 21 students in the class, and we're unable to play at this time because right now we don't have steel pan stands to put our steel pans on for the students to play in the class, and then we'll be starting our after-school program hopefully next week. And we're asking someone, the cost of the stands, the total cost of purchasing the steel pan stands is $4,000. I know that we're in a kind of a guava crop time here in the Virgin Islands, but if more than one person, like my good friend Mario Moorhead says, if one fill basket, so if more than one person can come on out and support us in helping us purchase much needed steel pan stands, the stands that the steel pans are placed on, again, it costs $4,000 to get the stands for the program. And I'd like to also say that we're not just going to ask you to give us money without us trying to do something for you. So if you have a company or a business out there, once we get our program going, we are more than willing to come and perform for you and perform wherever it is your businesses. You may be having some kind of a sale or something, so we can work hand in hand with each other once you support our steel pan program.